Narcissistic people have many different toxic habits, and this video is to explore a few of those because narcissistic people tend to find a way to justify and excuse their behaviour or pass the blame over to you so you feel responsible for everything they're doing to you. And one of the first toxic habits of a narcissist is they're going to go all out to rain on your parade. They're going to go all out to spoil your plans, to ruin special occasions, to spoil celebrations. They're going to go all out to bring everyone else crashing down because they're envious of other people's happiness. They don't want to see other people succeed. They want to sabotage other people. However, they often do it in a way where they can blame you. So they'll either be a no-show so that you panic about them. They'll create arguments before the event, or they'll fail to commit to something that's important within your life. They'll fail to give that commitment. They'll change plans at the last minute. They will make covert remarks on what you're wearing. Wow, are you really going to go dressed like that? They're going to do all they can to bring you crashing down. As another toxic trait is their criticism. They are going to constantly attack you. They're not going to give you any constructive feedback. They're going to give you constant negative criticism to subtly program your subconscious into not feeling like you're enough. They might not know that they're programming your subconscious. They just know it works for them to nitpick at you, mock you, humiliate you, shame you, demean you, do all they can to tell you that you're not good enough, you're not capable, to the point where you no longer think you're good enough, you no longer think you're capable, you believe you're lucky to have them put up with you. Everything they once found attractive within you, they've taken away from you to bring you crashing down. They offer you that unsolicited advice, which often isn't advice at all. It's to sabotage you in some way, to go all out to destroy your life in a way where they can hopefully blame you. So they're going to come at you with those inappropriate remarks and comments to bring you crashing down. And they're going to get offended if you don't take their advice on board. And if you do take their advice on board and something doesn't work out for you, then they're just going to blame you and claim they never said that because they'd have done it like this, which is a way that would have actually worked out for you. Yet if you then do it in that way, they're going to take the credit for that. You cannot win with these people. They are going to give you opinions that you didn't even ask for. They're going to tell you that you should do something like this rather than how it should actually be done. They're going to go all out to dismiss your opinions because they're arrogant enough to believe that their opinion is the only one that counts. They're going to go all out to dismiss your feelings, to play down events, to accuse you of overreacting, of being too sensitive, of being insecure, of having trust issues, things that they've usually provoked within you. Yet to a narcissist, that's not their fault. However, if they're feeling sensitive, that's your fault. You've done something to hurt them. They're going to go all out to dismiss your traumas, to dismiss. So if you suffer the loss of a loved one, they're going to dismiss this or bring it on to how they've suffered the loss of a loved one. Not for that two-way conversation of what helped them, what might be beneficial for you, to try and help you through, to support you, but to make it all about themselves and all about how they suffered worse. And if it's all possible, they can claim that you were the one that weren't there for them. So why should they have to be there for you as they go on to neglect you and find a way to blame you, and you question whether you're enough and what you've done wrong? They're going to go all out to guilt trip you so that you feel bad and so that you bend over backwards to serve them because you feel sorry for them. They're going to go all out to act superior because they believe they're better than all others. They believe they're special. They are arrogant enough to believe that they already know everything. So they don't need your opinions. They don't need your thoughts. They don't need your feelings. They're just one big inconvenience to a narcissistic person. When you need their support, they're going to either be supportive so that they can play the hero about how just amazing they're being and play the victim of how hard it is being there for you. So it builds up that obligation within you to be eternally grateful and do things for them. Or they are going to just up and leave you, or they could potentially pretend to care by saying, oh, why don't you go and take some rest, while they go and do whatever it is they want to do behind your back, because they're not getting the attention from you, so they want to seek that attention elsewhere. And chronic sarcasm. Yes, we can all be sarcastic, especially those who have been through some form of trauma or suffering. Not everyone. We can all be sarcastic. And when you are dealing with a narcissistic person and you can understand their behaviour and see through their BS, you can get to a point where you're sarcastic with them and they get offended and accuse you of attacking them and your tone of voice. However, we can also be sarcastic in a playful manner. However, with a narcissist, they're not sarcastic in a playful manner. They're sarcastic to bring you crashing down, and it's a repeat. It's chronic sarcasm. It's a repeat pattern of basis to humiliate you, to shame you, to hurt your feelings. And then whenever you try to discuss those feelings with them, they accuse those feelings of being in the wrong. It's not their fault you're too sensitive. It's not their fault you can't take a joke. They were only messing around, as they disguise insults as jokes under their chronic sarcasm. And they turn everything into a competition because they're envious of others, so they need to be bigger and better than everybody else. So they will turn everything into a competition that they can win and you will lose. When dealing with people like this, the best thing to do is don't. You can't win with narcissistic people. They don't see themselves as the problem. They believe you're causing all their problems, which is quite entertaining in some ways, that when they blame you for causing all their problems and you leave the relationship, and yes, it's an uphill battle to recover and get your life back on track, and we still have our struggles, we still have our traumas, we still have things that happen to us. However, you'll often notice with a narcissist, all those problems that you supposedly caused them, they continue with their next relationship and next relationship. They continue with those problems because they're their issues that they're unwilling to work on. They're just willing to blame and shame everybody else. Whereas as you do think and analyse and ruminate stuff, you begin to learn about issues within yourself that you need to work on, and behaviours that you're no longer willing to accept from other people. So yes, we can all hit hard times. However, they're different things. You don't repeat the same behaviour. All the problems that the narcissist caused you begin to fade away, whereas all the problems that the narcissist claimed you caused them continue for the narcissist, even though they want you to think that you're causing all their problems and all your own problems. When it comes to this, and you need to safely get away, you need to find a way to take deep breaths so that you don't react. Stop talking to them. Listen, but only in a manner of observing their pattern of behaviour. Don't take their attacks personally. And then find a safe way out of the situation and leave them to it. Leave them to go and live their life while you go and live yours. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments for those reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers for your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have a book out, which is 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People, and the Amazon link for that will also be in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.